Hello, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. I know I haven't been here in a long time, but I have been putting up shorts on different things. YouTube is not what it used to be. Things just aren't, they're not the same. I think shorts are doing way better than long form content, in my opinion, at least over the last year or two, I think. But anyway, long story short, I have been really busy working on some books. I just finished a historical fiction novel set in 1917 that I just sent off to a couple of agents because I'm thinking that maybe I might want to go traditional with those books or with that particular book. But I'm also working on a cozy mystery series. The first book is called Lethal Lace Front, and the series is called The Wigmaker Mysteries. Because, as some of you may know, I do wig reviews on YouTube. I have another channel called My Mature Style, and I do wig reviews and have been doing that since 2018. I also occasionally create wigs, and so that's why I decided to write this character similar to myself. And so she is also an ex-television reporter, and again, she creates wigs and she does wig reviews. But she's a sleuth, and she has a partner who owns a beauty supply store, and her partner, Ruby, they get some things together. Of course, the woman is over 55 because I wanted my sleuth to be over 55, but they have a hilarious time, and I think you're gonna really enjoy the series. The first book, Lethal Lace Front, is with beta readers right now, and once they are finished and I make my adjustments from what they tell me, then I'm either going to self-publish it like I've done my other books, or I'm going to send that one out for trad as well. And let me just tell you, the reason why I'm considering doing that is because this indie author life is tough. And most people who do it know that it takes a lot of effort. It's a daily struggle. It costs a lot of money. If you're going to do it right, you got to put the money into it. You've got to be able to get ads. You've got to be able to get that newsletter out on a regular basis. There are things that you have to do that would probably make sense to have an assistant, if you could, to do it. That may save you some money. But for me, the biggest thing is eyeballs, and that's the hardest part for me, is to get eyeballs on my books. I think that if I had the budget to do it the way I would like to do it, that I would be fine. Because every time I throw money at my books, my ranking goes up and I sell, of course. I mean, it's obvious. When I don't put money behind my books, then they don't sell. And because I don't have a traditional publisher putting my books out in bookstores or in libraries, that hinders me as well. But I am part of a new project, well, I don't know if it's new, but it was new to me, called Indie Author Project, and they contacted me and asked me if I'd be interested in putting my book in their project, and I did. And they have been helping me get my book into libraries. And the book that I'm talking about is my debut novel, is Gray is Black and White. So that one came out in 2024. And that one has been kind of making the rounds in terms of getting into libraries and things like that. I do have my book on IngramSpark, which is where a lot of people who are wide, meaning they're not on Amazon exclusively, sell their books. So I am partially wide at this point. I sell my books on my own website at therealnightauthor.com. You can either get my pen name books, which is Tansy Cole, or you can get my historical fiction and my middle grade and YA books, which is Faith Knight or FM Knight. Okay, so let me just tell you that since I have been working on the historical and the cozy mystery series, I've also updated my romantic suspense under Tansy Cole. This was the first cover for the romantic suspense book in 543. This one, as you may recall, is also about a television news reporter, but it's also about an anchor and a photographer, and the three of their stories converge in the book. And so this book I had created with an AI cover. Now, don't come for me, because AI usually does a good job, at least of late, in terms of creating book covers, but I was never really crazy about this one. And yeah, I just wasn't really crazy about this one, but I used it because I really at the time could not afford to get a designer. So what I ended up doing was I had another designer create a cover for this book a long time ago when I was putting it out under a different title and under a different author. And since I still had all of those files, because fortunately for me, I asked to retain the InDesign files, the PSDs and the JPEGs, which allowed me to make changes to that cover so that I could incorporate it into this one. Now it looks like this. This is the not for resale copy, but this is the same book in 543. Now it says Tansy Cole, just like this one says Tansy Cole. And I like this one much better. It's cleaner. I mean, this is a glossy cover, of course, but it's cleaner. The font is smaller on the back. I just like it better, and it's more indicative of what the book represents, because on the inside of the book, at the beginning of each chapter, you will see sort of a mini version of the cover there, and I like that. So I really needed to make sure that this cover matched what was inside the book. So I'm very happy about this. If you have not purchased in 543, it is a very fast-paced 3 POV romantic suspense novel that takes place in the 1990s in Washington, D.C. at a local television station. It is a good book, if I may say so myself. It has gotten good reviews, although not a lot, because, like I said, I have exposure issues. So if you would like to, I would like to send you a free first chapter of this book if you were interested in that. And I would like you to sign up for my newsletter to get that. So I'm going to put my newsletter link in the description section. And if you would like to get a first chapter free of this book, I would love to send you one. Okay. The other thing I mentioned is that I'm selling my books on my website now. And the difference with my selling them on my website as opposed to you going to Amazon or somewhere is that I sign them before I send them out to you. And I can sign them to whomever you like, because I do have a section where you can indicate who you want it signed to. And with my middle grade books, I am packaging them like Blind Date with a Book. This happens to be Halle Harris, the mystery novel that I wrote for middle grade kids. It's got a pen in it. It has a little spyglass because it's a mystery. It has a headband that matches. And it also has a lot of stickers inside that are detective related. And so all of my middle grade books are wrapped like this, whether it's the fantasy that I wrote called Farley Malone and the Fudged Up Fables. I've got little trinkets in there. My Hair Dare books, which I have a Hair Dare 2 now. I don't know if you knew that, but I have a Hair Dare 2. And those books are wrapped in appropriate, material too, so that if you buy the book on my website, it will come like this. And this is the middle grade books come like this. And I do have one young adult that also comes wrapped like this. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, go to my site. The information is down in the description section. Thank you for being patient. I will be back because I've got to talk to you guys about my upcoming Cozy Mystery series, Lethal Lace Front. So thank you so much. And if you're a writer, keep writing. If you're a reader, keep reading. Bye.